with Joe Fagnani from Service Paws of Central PA is brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. We have not checked in with Joe for quite some time. Need to rectify that right away. Joe, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Wonderful, and it's good to have you on the air with us today. When I say it's time to check in with you, it's a good thing we did. You've got all kinds of things happening, don't you?
Yeah, we're doing real well. We had a great year in 2021. It was really good despite the pandemic. We really had a banner year. We helped sponsor 5 people with service dogs, and we raised by far the most money we have, and we got a lot of publicity from you and other radio stations and magazines. We had several TV interviews, radio interviews, so we really got the name out there. In fact, one time I was walking out of a restaurant, and I heard a child say, "Oh, that's the guy from Service Paws." And, I didn't even have the shirt on or anything. She just recognized me from some of our appearances. So we're really getting out there.
Yeah, and your Facebook page is a key part of that. I know that you're aiming, you'd like to get some more Facebook likes on that, because that's one of your main sources of getting information out there, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And also, coming up, we want to get a lot of votes. The local radio station here is running a campaign that they're going to donate to a nonprofit, and so we need votes to hopefully we could win a $5,000 prize, which would really help us a lot.
Absolutely.
And last Wednesday we had sent out a mailing for our upcoming golf tournament, and we've already gotten some responses. So it's just, it's really going to be a banner year. We've had several businesses say they're going to be giving us substantial contributions, and we have 3 clients that are working with their dogs now. We have 6 on a waiting list. So hopefully this year we'll be able to sponsor maybe 10 clients with dogs, and that'll really be a major breakthrough.
Absolutely. For Service Paws of Central PA, your service area does include Indiana County, and so we talk about this, and we ask you why it is so important for you to raise funding in order to make the connection between service dogs and the people who need them.
Well, it's very important because this is kind of a niche that we've trying to fill. There are a lot of people who need service dogs, and these dogs can cost sometimes upwards of $30,000. In fact, we have a couple in the queue that are going to be in the $20,000 range, and they don't have, there's no public funding for this. I mean, it's up to them to raise the money themselves. And normally with people with disabilities, they probably aren't earning as much as people that don't have disabilities, so it really is a burden. But we don't even worry about financial. We don't have financial requirements. We ask each client to give what they can towards the dog because we want them to have some kind of skin in the game, but we don't have financial requirements. And as far as I know, we're the only group like this in the country, and we started originally with 6 counties. We're up to 14, and hopefully we want to at least expand to the whole state this year, and then who knows what will happen down the road. But we're trying to fill that void of helping people with disabilities get service dogs so that they can become more independent.
We tend to think of the service dog industry as here's a person with the need. All right, let's go find him a dog. It's not quite that simple. The actual training process is ongoing and takes a number of months, if not a year or more, in order to get a dog properly trained. And in many cases, that dog is specifically trained for the specific person with whom they're going to be matched, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Like particularly in the case of dogs that work with diabetes, what they actually have to do is the person that has diabetes has to actually go into shock, and they take the perspiration from that person and they use that scent to train the dog. So it's incredibly individualized, and that's why it's so expensive. With guide dogs, the schools are so big and they're well funded, but they can train 15 to 20. Each trainer can handle maybe 15 dogs at a time. So it's more of a mass production of guide dogs, but with these other disabilities, the med alert dogs, the balance dogs, the seizure detection, the allergy detection dogs, and it's a whole different process. Hearing dogs, it's much more individualized, and the schools that train them and train them well are very limited in their funds. They don't have the major resources that schools like Seeing Eye. I mean, I'm sure everyone's heard of Seeing Eye dogs, and that's a school that's the granddaddy that was started back in 1929, but now there may be 12 other schools in the country that are training guide dogs. So it's an expensive process, and this is the niche that we really want to fill, to help these people become more independent, feel better about themselves, and also, the community is very involved. I mean, we've been very fortunate that when we did our golf tournament in July, over 200 companies supported us, gave us donations, things to give away, or just out-and-out cash or sponsorships and things like this. So it's between our board, hard-working board, and they're all volunteers. We accept no gratuity at all. In fact, 99% of the money that we bring in goes directly to support our clients. So we really feel good about that number, and this is what we're all about, to help people with service dogs, to educate the public as to what service dogs are, what they aren't. And the major problem we're having now, one of them is the difference between a service dog and an emotional support dog. There's a tremendous difference because the training that goes into a service dog is quite extensive. Some of these dogs have to learn maybe 15 or 20 different tasks, and the way we define a task is something that the dog will do over 90% of the time when given that command. And then there are also things that the dog will do just on his own, like, say, for example, a hearing dog. I mean, they're on duty 24/7. If their handler, if the sound comes about, they have to notify their handler as to what it is, the source of it, and so forth. So it's an ongoing process. It's a lot of fun. It's very rewarding. When you see hear the testimonials that we have of clients when they, after working with their dogs for 4 to 5 months, it makes it all worth it when we do these check presentations and the clients tell what the dog has done for them. It really is heartwarming.
Joe, we hear the bell in the background. Is that your dog?
That's my dog. Yeah, that's Phoebe. She's a guide dog,
uh-huh.
and I've had her for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's a great little girl.
Are the dogs that are used for service paws are particular breeds? Are they better at a task than other breeds might be?
Yeah, they're particular. The main thing they want is the intelligence, but they found that the labs tend to be the best. Not the best. I mean, there are shepherds, poodles, bouviers. There are a lot of dogs they use, but the lab is just a dog that just loves to please. It's very easy to train a lab because that's their main thing, is to please people. So it's a lot easier working with them and to teach them different things. I mean, yeah, you can teach shepherds things and so forth, but the lab, that's what they live for. They live for the love and the appreciation, the atta-girl, the atta-boy kind of thing. So most of the dog guide schools now are switched over almost completely to labs. They don't use. I think there's maybe one or two schools that will use shepherds. A lot of the others, they're moving. Some people want these so-called allergenic dogs, hyperallergenic dogs, so they want a poodle. But one of the problems with the poodle, they're a great dog, they're intelligent, but they don't like to work. They don't have a very good work ethic. So what they do now, they're using a barbet, which was one of the dogs that actually went into the breeding to create the poodle. Mm-hmm. It's also a French dog, but that dog likes to work. The price on these dogs now is coming down, but they were originally very expensive. But now they're doing more breeding in this country, so they're becoming more available and more well-known. But they use collies and Dobermans. I mean, they use all kinds of dogs, but the overwhelming percentage is with the black, yellow labs and the golden retriever. Those are by far the most popular.
Just a moment left with Joe Fagnani as we talk about Service Paws of Central PA. Joe, obviously we mentioned the Facebook page. People want to contribute, or people want to become a part of your whole culture and learn more about it, or even take advantage of the services that you offer. What should they do?
Okay, they can go to our website, which is servicepawsofcentralpa.org. They can contact us on our Facebook page. They can email us at servicepawsofcentralpa@gmail.com, or they can call me directly. I love to receive phone calls, 814-940-0270. Again, that's 814-940-0270.
Very good. Joe, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Good to catch up with you again.
Okay, thank you, Todd.
Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone in the audience. Bye-bye.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, 101.1 FM and AM 1160.